Hello everyone, and welcome to another Daily Illini Sports Update. I'm Torrence Sorrell alongside my colleagues Erik, Prado, and Sam Sherman. And Sam, this is your first time going to an event.
Yeah.
Prado, we veterans. We've been here the second time. So I guess just to start off, what do you think of your first time going to the Big Ten Media Days for the football edition?
Yeah, I mean, it's a really cool event. Whether you're a journalist, like I think most people here are, or just like the people who get, I guess we saw some fans downstairs looking to get pictures with Urban Meyer or these guys like that. I mean, it's a cool thing. It's a nice introductory, start to the media season of the season, and hearing what some of these guys have, how the off seasons have gone and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, in terms of what we're getting from these players and coaches, it's a lot of the cliches that they're going to throw out there. Even though they'll sometimes even say, I don't want to use the cliche, but then they'll still go with it. But, I still think it's a good event. It's nice to have everyone in one place.
Right.
And it gives, during the season when people aren't always as willing to talk to the media, this is a couple days that are really dedicated to that. And so for that reason, I think it's a valuable event.
Right. It's kind of like the unofficial kickoff to college football.
Yeah.
I mean, because you're gonna have summer practices coming up, and then I think about a month from now, you're gonna have kickoff.
Yeah, actually, yeah.
So yeah, it's a fun event. I like it.
What do you guys think about, we heard a couple Illinois reps talk today. We heard Coach Beckman talk, and they'll open up their season, I believe, on August 30th against Youngstown State.
Yeah.
What were your takes on some of the things Coach had to say?
I think they're really expecting success this year, more than the 4 wins, and I really think they're expecting that next level, no matter who the quarterback is, because, that's going to be the dominant storyline until they announce the starting quarterback. But like I was talking to Simon, and he said they're angry to win, so they have that passion, that drive going for them, and the offense is going to, like last year, going to carry this team.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just going back to the QB battle, obviously that's going to be a storyline. And, guys, you have Wes Lunt, kind of the sophomore transferring in. You have Aaron Bailey. He want to start. Just obviously behind the scenes they make it. Beckman said that those guys are real close friends, but it's a battle. They want to start, and you have O'Toole, the senior, the 5th-year senior, if that. So he doesn't want a young guy to take his spot. But it seems like if Bailey doesn't start this year, do you guys think he might wind up transferring? Because that's a lot of talent not being used.
It's kind of funny because we kind of all talk about, it's better to have a wealth of talent than just one guy, but it's sort of turning out to be a bit of a burden with this, because this is all they're being talked about. It's the one storyline going through camp, and you bring up Bailey, and that's a guy that we were just talking about earlier. There's not really a reason for him to stay if he can't start this year, and can't maybe switch position, even though that's not really a thing that they're considering right now.
Unless he comes up and asks them.
Unless, Coach Beckman did say that if Aaron Bailey went up and actually, said that he wanted to change positions, that they consider it, but. I still think it's a good thing to have this battle, because it makes guys more competitive. It makes guys come out stronger. Mm-hmm. But really, until they announce it, that's going to be the one thing that people are interested in with Illinois football.
I could definitely see that guy being maybe a running back. He's just built like a brute strength. But like Beckman said, Bailey wants to come in and play quarterback. Mm-hmm. That's where his heart is at. But what's rarely talked about is the defense. That's something that definitely struggled last year. And you're hearing so much about the QBs that. What are they going to do on defense? You have Tim Banks. He's going on another year. People thought that he might not be there another season. So I guess, what are you guys' expectations for the defense this year?
There's no way they could be worse than they were last year. A part of their struggles last year were the lack of turnovers, and they only had 3 interceptions last year. And if you compare them to like Florida State was always getting those turnovers. So the turnovers, there's a chance that the defense will give up those yards, but if they can improve their turnover numbers, then they will improve as a unit and complement the offense and lead to those more wins. Because just last year was just miserable. 3 interceptions. That's
you bring up the fact that it would be hard to be worse, and it would be really impossible. And I think that's the nice thing, is that we have the team has some guys coming in like Jihad Ward and some guys that can actually rush the passer, which was such a problem last season. So even the little things could actually make they'll be shown. We can see those differences from this team.
And then, just adding another year in the system will benefit greatly, just as it's going to benefit the offense greatly, being like a QB.
And just shifting a little more on the offense, obviously they lost a lot of wide receivers. You have guys like Langford and Miles Osei, a couple guys left, and obviously Shieldhouse, the QB, who left. But just as far as wide receivers, I know, Sam, you touched on, we was asking questions, Mikey Dudek. And Beckman speaks highly of talented freshmen. So what do you think he's going to see
for
from
a while
him?
now that he's really like Dudek. And in fact, in the media guides, I mean, who knows
he's a starter.
how legit these are?
Right.
He is listed as a starter, and for a freshman to be in that spot. I mean, I know that they lost a lot of guys, so there's those availabilities, but that doesn't nothing's guaranteed, and everyone knows that. So for Dudek to be listed as a starter there, I think he's a guy that's going to be, pretty impressive this year.
Yeah, definitely.
All right, sounds good. And for myself, alongside my colleagues Erik, Prado, and Sherman, I'm Torrence Sorrell. We'll see you soon.